much peak capacity. If everyone would like to pick a table, which will become important later, we can begin around now, but let me just let you guys settle. Great. Everybody, welcome to Pelikan Hub Hong Kong 2019. Let's give us some noise. Thank you everyone for coming. In case you didn't notice, you've all come to the wrong hub. It's the Sailor Hub. If you didn't bring any sailors, bring some next year. First, we have to cover the important things that Pelican has sent me to tell you. There are many people who have come here tonight, gathering around the world. People in Sydney and New Zealand have started already. I think this year we were around, what, the 5th largest city? Behind maybe like Taiwan and Philippines. But otherwise, we are one of the most packed Pelican hubs, and that's all because of you guys. Right, so first we have to tell you what Pelicans you can buy this year. So I was told every one of you got a Star Ruby ink. They'll be coming out with an M205, 205 soon. You can probably get it in Hong Kong maybe. They're also coming out with the, oh yeah, that's the big M1000 silver trim with grey stripes. One warning about the M1000, I have a few, it tends to be quite wet. But if you like that stuff, that's great. Here's what they didn't add in the presentation, which was the M800 brown stripe. I had to do this myself because they didn't give this to me in the presentation. Just announced, it is also made from brown celluloid acetate strips, but it's all encased inside resin, so it's not going to oxidize and warp your pen. Currently, they're only doing the usual EF, FM, and B nibs. And this is what Pelican has been doing for the past few years, but there has been news that Pelican may start producing BB again, and also IB. For a while, like a few places around the internet had IB and BB, but now they're probably going to make it a bit more public for everyone. That's all for Pelican. Thank you. Great. Now we can get to the main stuff. Right, the Leo section. These are clearly all Pelicans. Don't worry about it. I'll talk about them later. So here's some actual words of advice from someone who's been playing for like a few years. First of all, if you want soft nibs, the Elabo S is not very S. Okay? It's not flex. It's soft-ish. You get line variation only because the SEF has a very fine hairline and it doesn't spread that wide. Here's the other truth that is less useful. The Pilot SU, which stands for Sutabu, stub, is not very stub. That tip is not very flat. It's clearly not very flat. And this older one probably has baby's bottom. You can see like 2 bright sparks. So don't get SU, maybe get a music or just get a regular steel TWSBI 580 1.1 or whatever, okay? So that's useful stuff. Other things include the Pen BBS 456 is a universal number 6 nib holder. If you like playing around with your pens and you like to swap nibs around, the Pen BBS 456 is a vac filler and it takes most number 6 size nibs. These include the Pelican M800, Aurora, Mont Blanc 146 nibs fit. Yes. If you're very brave, you can put in Pilot number 5 and number 10 and number 15 nibs. Well, actually, the nib that this comes with from Pen BBS, the F nib is very slightly naginata, as in they take an M and they shave down the sides to make it thinner, but also it makes it write a little bit like a naginata if you like that sort of stuff. As an example, here are a few examples of nibs you can put in the Pen BBS 456. Also, because it's a vac fill, it has a shut-off valve, so it's very safe to travel with. Like, it won't leak. You see, I put like Visconti, that's a Sailor... Cross? Hello? Cross? Cross Music. And a Mont Blanc Daniel Defoe. What else do we have? Oh yes, notable releases of 2019. Includes the new Pilot Reiwa. It has a Phoenix on it. There's also the Quebeco Art Sport. Unfortunately, the person who bought this is not here, so I can't make fun of him for buying something just because it's green. Having said that, it's okay to buy things just because they're pretty. I do that all the time. Case in point, I am not going to use this pen. Oh, right, yes. Also released this year. Koinata Kyo from Japan has released a book about stationery. Now, I'm going to try to remember what this is. This is Baru?
How to read?
Yes.
Bungu.
Kore Bore Bungu. And inside is a lot of photos of very pretty stationery and pens and fountain pens and inks. If you need to search this, it's on Amazon.jp. You can just use her kanji name and you will get it. Also came out Twisby Aura, limited edition, doesn't matter. There was a Planet 7 Gods ink, which is still available in Hong Kong. They're sort of pretty. There was a Lamy Pastel Safari. Oh, also came out with the Pelican M800 Raden Wave, which, sorry, is one-off custom made by Iwase-san in Japan. But if you if you want contact details for this sort of job, the top one, not the bottom three, you can ask me and I can refer you to the artist at hand. Anyway, it's time for my favorite part. This is why tables are important. It's trivia time, which means everyone has to decide on the group name. I'm going to give you 10 questions. I told you tables were important, man. Here you go. Decide on the group name. I do have prizes for the entire table. There's going to be 10 questions. I'm going to give you around 30 seconds per question. And you can use your mobile phones, it's okay. Like I said last year, my questions have taken that into account, so your mobile phone may not be entirely useful. Also, if you scream too loud, the other tables can hear you. This is the part where I get entertained. All right, people. First question. What is the color of this year's ink according to Pelican? Star Ruby is not the answer. That's not what the promotional material said. What is the color of the ink? I didn't say name of the ink, color of the ink. Oh no, time is ticking. To distract you, I've included 3 photos of Parker Penman Ebony. Great. Next question. What is this year's special edition marquee from Pelican? They made a very pretty marquee pen. They do one every year. It's probably in the magazine. I said, you didn't even need a phone. Okay, let's move on. Question 3. Here's something trickier. Name the difference between the Pelican M100 and M150. What are these models? These are some older models that have been around for quite a while, and they are the very small size. Oh, yeah, this one's not in the magazine. I don't know why you're looking through the magazine. Oh. Question 4. What does IB stand for? Hey, that's not an IB. That's a Mont Blanc signature nib for the 2017 writers Saint Exupery. Question 5 is maybe my favorite. Okay, the year is 2003. You're in Japan, in the department store, and you want to buy a Pelican. How much does a Pelican M800 cost? Extra point awarded if you give the price with tax included. Given you the catalog from the correct year. Unfortunately, the lighting was bad and you can't actually see the price for the M800, so you'll have to make an educated guess. Maybe that was too tough. That was my super difficult question. Easier question. Question 6. List all the gold percentages used by Pelican over the years. Gold percentage. Steel is not a gold percentage. And also, because to stop people from spamming every single number with K after it, from 1 to 24, I will deduct a mark for every incorrect answer. Pelican has had a number of different gold nibs over the years. For example, I'll give you 1 mark. Modern Pelicans use the 14C. There's a free mark. So 14C could be an answer. Just don't write down every single number from 1 to 24. Question 7. Name Pelican demonstrators that don't use the M200 or M800 sizes. There's at least 1 easy one, maybe 2. If you're really good, you'll give me like 3 or 4. So what you see pictured here is an M205 demonstrator. Question 8. How many pelicans are in this photo? I'd like to point out that some of these birds here are like seagulls. Alright people, question 9. Identify this pelican. Give me the model name. In case you haven't met me, this is my famous wood table where most of my photos are taken. On the cap ring it says Germany, Pelican 400. Is Leo helping? It's too late. Last question. For my amusement, draw the modern Pelican logo. Clearly, that is not the modern Pelican logo. That's Leo's modern Pelican logo. Now you will have to give me 5 minutes or so to go through the question, to quickly check your answers and assign scores before we go over the answers. I'm with Jeffrey again to have a Pelican update. There's another Pelican Hub. Did you buy any Pelicans in the past year?
Past year? I think 1 or 2.
What did you get?
So basically I have this.
Oh,
this is
that's not a normal Pelican.
Yes, so this is actually a first generation M800. So when I first got it, it was black in color, and it has someone's name engraved on it. So,
okay.
Because it wasn't my name, so I wasn't happy about it.
So you asked for a custom aftermarket Urushi and Raden job? Is there a name for this pattern?
I think it's called Wavy Raden. Yeah, so...
Super pretty. 14C, OBB. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? That's Pelican?
Not really.
No? No new Pelicans? I bought new Pelicans.
Okay.
I got a Pelican evolutionary script by accident. Someone very kindly gifted me a modern M805 Stressman, so I had to get the other striped colors, and I was forced to buy a brown tortoise.
It's awesome.
So the new one will probably look something like this.
So yeah, so you must get the brown black in order to complete the whole strict collection.
Oh, strict collection. Also, someone very kindly gifted me a first generation M700 Toledo. I think 700. Yes.
Yes.
So it's a single tone nib, completely new, no ink.
NOS.
Yes. And I thought it was weird that it had this matte gold.
Yeah, I
trim,
think it's nice.
but they're all matte gold. So that's what it should look like compared to like a normal shiny one. That's cool. How about non-pelicans?
Non-pelicans.
Yes.
Okay.
Non-pelicans?
This is my most recent pen acquisition. Yes.
Let me see. Is this an Eboya?
Yes.
Oh, Eboya. Cool.
It's called Yatate. I think they used to make this model, but they have discontinued for a while.
Alright.
And then I think starting from early this year, they started
making it again.
making them again. Yeah.
Cartridge converter or eyedropper? Converter.
Yes.
It's clip.
But it's actually very nice. Like I used to have a old vintage beignet black bamboo shape pen. And
Sorry, I'm already very distracted. What is this?
okay.
This looks like a big fat Japanese eyedropper
Yes.
that has had work done by
Bokumondo.
Okumondo.
Very nice work.
What do you call this finish?
This finish.
It looks a little bit like the stone.
This is one type of Tsugaru Nuri.
So this,
But this is like the
but it looks like Ishime,
matted.
Ishime with Raden and then Tsugaru Nuri.
I think it's not Ishime.
Oh, not Ishime. Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's one type of the Tsugaru Nuri that has a slightly rough surface.
Like rough.
And then with Raden.
So big. Yes. That's the biggest. Hold on. We need comparison. Here's a custom Urushi. Yes, it's in the custom Urushi range of size.
Maybe you should compare the nib sizes.
Nib sizes.
This is a steel nib.
Who cares, you know? Oh, wow, okay. Looks comparable. Cool. This is around 149, so this is the leaf. Is it inked?
Yes.
You inked it? Okay.
Yes.
I'm not gonna try it.
Okay.
What else do we have? This one. Hi, welcome to the Japanese pen show. This is a Kamakura Bori,
Yes.
or done in what we've nicknamed wild strawberry. And it's basically hard rubber urushi, and then someone carved all these little indents into the body. Looks very pretty. And it has a
Number 60.
number 60.
Yes.
Number 60 GK nib.
Yes.
Got anything new? Oh, yeah. So you guys remember my super pretty Nakaya? Well, I got another one.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! This one is an old model that's done in brown and yellow, and then with the black dragonfly.
Dragonfly.
Yeah, they call it, I don't know, it's like Dragonfly Island.
Have you calculated how many dragonflies are there?
No, I'm not. No. I'll wait for a day when there's a typhoon and I have lots of time on my hands, and then I'll get that. What else? Not really.
Red Banyan.
Red Banyan? That's boring. This is so much more interesting than this. No one cares about this anymore. Oh,
So got this.
yes, okay.
Ta-da!
Let's go for
Stationery. Aftermarket.
aftermarket Urushi finish.
Aftermarket.
These are more original. This one's modern.
It's so pretty.
Anyway, that's all. Thanks for coming to the Pelikan Hub.
Thanks a lot, Leo, for the
For
great
organizing.
Pelican Hub as usual.
Thank you. And we'll see you next year.
Sure. Bye.
Thank you all for participating. I'm now going to give you the answers and then we'll go over who got the most. So, first question. What's the color? Burgundy pink. Everyone got this. Great. That was in the magazine. Question 2. Special edition Makie was the 5 Lucky Bats. It's an M1000 size. It's very pretty. 3. The M100 has chrome plated trim. The M150 has gold-plated trim. Sorry if you answered gold nib. Most of them had steel nibs. Okay. That was pretty much the main difference. So the left 4, including the Stormtrooper one, are M100, and the right 6 are 150s, because they're all gold-plated. Question 4. IB Italic Broad. Here it comes in 2 sizes, an M400 and an M800. Can anyone tell me how many versions of the IB nib there are? There are 2 here. Is the answer 2? No, it's not 2. Of course not. I wouldn't do that. No? No takers? Oh well. There are actually 3 versions, because the 400 IB nib has only 1 edition in single chick. The M800 IB has 2 versions. There was an older version with 2 chicks, and the modern one with 1 chick only. So I count that as 3. Okay. The year is 2003. Here's a shot. Yes. Anyone who guessed 50,000 was spot on. 50,000. Now, back in 2003, the Japanese TAC GST was 5%. Not 8, not 10. So the correct answer would have been 50,000 yen plus 2,500 if you were to give the tax version. Question 6. Most of you got these. Pelican has had 12K, 14K, 18K, and 20K. Anyone want to tell me about what's so special about the 20K Pelican nibs? No one cares about the 4K. I know it's very cool to have a 12K nib, but they are very hard. And they're usually all marked like DEF or whatever. No? No one knows anything? So, Pelican has been super popular in Japan for like the most many years. This is why after the 400 double N ended, they made a second run just for Japan in like the 1970s. Those are called the MNK versions, the Mertz and Krell, because they asked a different factory to make it, because they wouldn't make it. And also in the late 80s, after the introduction of the M800, they made a special 20C version of the nib for the Japanese market only. So in certain places, you can find 20C nibs on the M800s. So here were my 2. I didn't expect everyone to start Googling and show up with like the M600 blue and the M400. They also have some old modems and demonstrators. If you looked really hard, the Pelican level 5 and level 65 are also slightly transparent barrels. So I would have also accepted that. Most people went for like the M1005, which they have down there, and the M400, and maybe the Blue Ocean. No one answered the one in the magazine, which was the Hertzstück 1929. That is not completely transparent, but it has a demonstrator stripe down where you can see the piston go up and down. Question 8. Pelicans, there are 3. 3 Pelicans. Spelled with a C, so I was looking for the bird and not the pens. This picture was taken at the Sydney Fish Market very recently. 9. This is a 400 NM black striped. Most of you got this correct. I gave an extra mark if you also mentioned that it was a black striped. So there are actually like 2 versions of this, as I mentioned previously. There's the original 60s version and the remake. And to tell the difference, you look at this part, which it's not very obvious now that I see it. In the modern Mertz and Curl version, it's a very smooth transition from the barrel to the knob. In the older version, there is a short step, which you can see here. Last question was super easy. Everyone drew a pretty good drawing of the single chick. Most marks was Breakfast Club. I'm guessing it's this table. Congratulations. Breakfast Club coming in a close second at 14, tied equal, was the non-global, which I assume is the one in front here, with help from Koinata, and yeah, that unnamed group over there who made me read bad Chinese. The pen meet is about to begin, but before we do that, I have to randomly select someone. Okay, every year I usually do 2 t-shirts. one for me, one for giveaway. Unfortunately, I was an idiot and I burned the first two. So the first t-shirt is like burned all the way, like half the side, because I forgot to put in a sheet to protect it from the iron, the iron's heat. But it means that I have had to dig deeper, and where is it? Oh no. Here I have an original 50s, 60s Pelican 120. I've seen a modern version somewhere around here. This one has a steel PF nib. Usually PF means something way better. Unfortunately in this case, it's just a designation. It's very stiff, but it works. I cleaned it. It's smooth. And I need to, wait, we have 65 people. Let me just grab the sheet. Max 65, oh, generate. What number? 38. Is 38 even here? Oh. Number 38 on the list is the person who registered with NF Wind. You are the lucky recipient of this year's gift. Congratulations. Good. Enjoy this. How many pelicans do you have?
Five.
What's your favorite pelican?
Pelican 140.
Very good. Now you have 120.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Right. Thanks everyone. Before we end, are there any questions that anyone wants to ask about pelicans in general? I am not the official pelican representative. I'm just an organizer. I do this voluntarily. Someone asked me earlier, I can't buy pelicans in Hong Kong. Why is it so difficult? Here's the answer. We don't have a distributor. This also means that pelicans in Hong Kong don't exactly have a warranty because there's no dealer local to deal with it. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to the Hong Kong Fountain Pen Group, which is the Hong Kong Gong But Di Dong Yun But oh well. FPIAHK. FPIA. Fountain Pen Intelligence Agency Hong Kong. Join the group. We're pretty active on there. And that's all. No one's gonna ask me over the background, right? They're all pelicans, relax. They're all pelicans. How many pelicans do I have? These ones. This is just red urushi. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in this shop, but I cropped it because it looked better like this. Anyway, spend me time. Feel free to wander around. There are a lot of very friendly people here. I actually have an ink sample set that will be set up very soon with all of the basic colors inside dollar pens that you can try for yourself. And then if you want postcards, or if you want the other postcards or more postcards, you can come over this corner where you can stamp it by yourself or something. Feel free to move around. There are a lot of friendly people, like friendly faces here, and enjoy yourselves. Thanks for coming.